Hi, welcome to the new ESOL Online Subscription system. Today we'll be exploring the system and how to log in into the new system for the ESOL Online Subscriptions, as well as we will navigate on how to avoid in case if you get logged, what is the necessary steps, how to log into the page, and how to handle the security details once you are logged in as user or as a school admin. So let us begin. First of all, we'll be faced with the normal ESOL Education login page, in which we will find the regular username, password, the remember me tag, which allows us to remember the credentials in case we wanted to keep the reminder in the application, and the forgot password. This link directs us to the forgot password page, in which we can input the email address for ourselves in case we forgot our username or password, and click send login details. Once we get a notification about that the email has been sent, we can just go check our email address, and we will find that our credentials has been sent to us by the system. In case that we had the credentials already, we can just simply log into the system. But please be aware that the system might lock you out if you input the password more than 5 times or the username incorrectly. This is done for the security of the application as well as the information for your account. So let's try, for example, to log in monthly for the first time. It will tell us unable to log in, username and password is incorrect, or the account is locked. Let's try a second time, third time, fourth time, and fifth time, which is the last one. Accordingly, you will see a new error message, which is login user has been locked. Please contact your system administrator. In this case, you can contact your school admin, and accordingly, we can unlock your account. So let's try and unlock our account right now. This step will go in detail, of course, once we explore the user configuration. So we have unlocked the user now as school admin, and we will log in. In this page, you will be faced with the default window, which is an empty screen for all the ESOL application. In order to ensure that the application is clean and neat without any issues, you will find 2 new items or features available within the system. The first one is the icon for the apps, which can direct us straight to the ESOL purchasing system, or if we are in the ESOL purchasing system, it can get us back to the ESOL Online Subscription system. Each menu item will be configured based on your needs and requirements by the school admin, depending on your access level, as well, which we will discuss further in detail. In addition, you will find the notification alert, which is a new feature for the ESOL Online Subscription system, in which we will discuss in depth how to configure and how does it display in the upcoming videos. So let us begin. First item that we will discuss is the security tab. Since if you're going to be logging at the school admin, you will find that there are the menu categories that we just discussed a couple of seconds ago, in which we can provide access level. The page itself contains a standard for all ESOL applications, in which you will find filters for the in-use, not in use, or records, filter for the amount of entries to be displayed, a search display, as well as an export panel that allows you to export an Excel, PDF, a CSV file, or even print it out for the table. Each of the grid will have customizable columns that you can sort based on whatever you need, as well as will be configured with an editing and delete tab. The editing allows you to enter the configuration or the category list that you assigned for each group of users, or you can simply create a new category by clicking a new category and providing a code and name for it. Preferably they both be the same, but in a short manner, not too long names. And by checking what is needed, you can allow certain users, depending on their role, to have a certain menu category only accessible to them. So they can access this part and the rest is not. Of course, we will go back to trying to check on some of the configuration, for example, like the teacher, and you will find, based on their access level, we can just simply assign a couple of menu items in which it will show based on their menu category, like for example tax subscriptions, how to assign, or to make a purchase request, and the rest is dimmed. The next item that we can discuss afterwards, which as we discussed, this menu category is only responsible for the configuration of how each user and their roles can access and which menu items they can see. Next, we will go to the registration manager, which is responsible for creating the users, locking them off from the system, or sending them their credentials, depending on the level of what you need. First of all, it's again with the standard filters for the in use, not in use, the amount of entries, the export values, the search bar, as well as the customizable grid. And we will have a couple of buttons extra upstairs, as you can see. First of all is the button to lock all users, in which the school admin will press in the case of the end of the academic year, or to stop any online requests or any purchase requests within the system. This button is for unlocking all of the users, which is to negate what has happened and unlock all the users to allow them to start making requests. Email password is the button that sends to all the users within the organization by the school admin their credentials in case they forgot their usual password. And of course, the final one is the register. The register, once we click on it, it will direct us to the page that conclude all the information about the user that the school admin will put, like for the first name, last name, email address. The workflow currently is the approval workflow, which is pre-assigned and agreed upon in the ESOL purchasing and the online subscription system. Depending here, you can search for the school, the roles, depending on the workflow. For example, if we choose like this, we will find multiple roles, each of them depending on the level of access, as well as the sections, departments, year groups, and menu category that we discussed earlier that's assigned with the actual role that you're going to give to the user. Once we assign everything and assign a picture, we can just click submit and exit or submit, and the user will be created. Afterwards, we can just simply send them their email address or their credentials by, for example, if we click on here, we have the reset password, which tells it to the default password set within the system. We have the send password, which is responsible for sending the users their password. Let's say, for example, if we click on reset password, we can see it's visible here. And I put it right back here. This, of course, is a part of the system like school administrator. Once we click on submit and exit, the user password has been reset. If we click on email, this responsible for sending the username and password is the same as the button, but this is for individual user. The one upstairs is for all users. The one in here is per users. Once you click on it, the mail has been sent successfully, and if you go to our email address, you will find an email from the system with our username and password. In addition to that, we have the lock and unlock button, which we explored in the beginning of the video, as well as the edit to allow us to go to the username and password and update any info that we need, either for picture, role, section, schools, whatever was needed, and click on submit and exit or submit. And the final one is the delete. Once we click on that, even by mistake, the system prompts us to a message to ask us to confirm the deletion, because once it's deleted, it cannot be got back unless you recreate it all by yourself again. So please be careful with that part. Final one will be the login audit log. This page provides a report for the school admin to check. For example, let's have a look. Let's choose for a certain day, like from the 14th until the 15th, and click on show. As you can see, a fully generated report stating what action has been made, has the login been successful or not, the date and time of the login, in order to make sure that the system is signed in properly and no one is facing issue. In case anyone is reporting an issue, the school admin can get back to that report and can have a look on that report to make sure in what time, what might have caused it, and contact the administrator or the IT technical team in the school to assist with the issue if needed. By this part, this concludes our security. Until the next video, I wish you stay well.